Hello and welcome to the Empowered Woman program. This is your host, Pastor Dapoli Pidi, and I am a certified leadership coach with the John Maxwell team. I am also the author of Thinking Out Loud books. It's my pleasure to welcome you to another session or another edition. And I have with me again, Mras, my mentor, my friend, my bestie, like somebody would say, my bestie. Um, she has been on this program before about broken vessels, and she's been a blessing to us. Today, she's going to be talking to us about a topic that we have called Empower Your Other Hand. And she's going to explain to us why we chose that topic. She's been through surgery. She just went through another surgery. And so she's still in recovery mode, but some things happened while she was in recovery that amazed me and that led us to start to think about talking to women again about empowering the other hand. So join me as I welcome Michelle Mras. Michelle, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for always being available to speak to us as women. I'm glad you're doing well.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you want me to explain
about your surgery and how we came to start talking about empowering the other hand.
Well, this is my 8th surgery, so I've had 8 surgeries in 3 years, but this last one has been quite the challenging one. I had rotator cuff surgery, repaired my bicep, and then shaved down a bone spur. So my whole right side is hurting a lot, but I haven't had function of my right arm for over a month now. And we got onto the subject of empowering your other hand because my dominant hand is my right hand. Yes. And I talk with my hands. And so when I was talking to you, I said, I don't know if I can talk. I need my hand. Mm-hmm. And I had to reframe myself and learn how to use the non-dominant hand. And what's funny about all of that is, when you get so used to always doing the same thing all the time, I'm right-handed and that's it. That's how I am. I can't use my left hand because my left hand doesn't do anything, right? Well, when all this happened, I couldn't use my right hand. I couldn't even type. I was having difficulty typing with my left hand. My brain didn't want to do it. And I had to sit down and listen. In order for me to keep my business afloat, keep everything else that's going on, I need to stop saying what my left hand can and cannot do. I've never used my left hand to the capability. I haven't even tested to see if it would work. I just assumed because my right hand is dominant that my left hand can't do it. And so what I started doing was practicing with my left hand. And my left hand can do everything my right hand can do. I eat just fine. I put my makeup on with my left hand. I can even draw my eyebrows on now. That's impressive. Wow. So, and I can write with my left hand. I'm slower, but my handwriting is actually very nice with my left hand. Now, if I had never injured my right arm, I would never know the capabilities of my left hand. Mm-hmm. I would have just assumed that it was not as capable as my right hand. And that's where this whole topic comes from. What in your life have you just assumed you knew the capabilities of? I know me, when I had my car accident in 2014, I assumed that my teenagers could not take care of the house. My husband and my teenagers could not do it. I had to do it. I had to clean, I had to wash, I had to do all of this because who else could clean the way I could?
I know.
With my brain injury, I couldn't. I couldn't even stand. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. I had to give up that power. And so this whole injury with my right arm has reminded me of what I learned before. What I assumed couldn't and could be done, mm-hmm. I was wrong before. Mm-hmm. I was wrong again. When I was down with my brain injury and I didn't walk, talk, didn't do anything without assistance for over 18 months, my children took over the house. They're the ones who cleaned. They're the ones who made all the meals. They're the ones who did everything. My husband's the one who took care of me. He cleaned me. He's the one who dressed me. I didn't believe they could. until I saw them doing it when they had no other choice. Correction, not when they had no other choice, when I had no other choice.
Michelle, isn't it amazing what we do to ourselves sometimes?
Oh,
And I was pretty amazed to see you. We had 5 training sessions back to back while you had that brace on,
yeah.
and you would type with your left. And it's amazing how we assume that, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Tino calls them limiting beliefs.
It
We
is.
limit ourselves with these beliefs that, oh, I'm the only one who can cook perfectly in my family. I'm the only one who can wash, do the dishes. I'm the only one who knows how to clean the house. I'm the only one who, and we put so much on ourselves as women. But one thing I learned from this experience is that the empowered woman does not just assume that I cannot do something. The empowered woman takes time to empower the other hand. So in your case, it was empowering your left hand. When I talk a lot with my left hand. I'm a little bit ambidextrous, but I cannot write with my left hand. So now you're challenging me to learn to write with my left hand. But the truth of the matter is there is so much that that other hand can do that we don't allow ourselves to discover because we put ourselves in a box. So it's kind of like it's time to come out of that box, think outside the box, and think of what else that other hand can do. Now, let's talk about what else that other hand could represent.
Yes, because that's where I really want to go.
Okay.
Because so often, especially as women, we are super women. We do everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what we don't realize is that other hand, I'm saying it's my left hand, my non-dominant hand, or my children in the household.
Mm-hmm.
That left hand or that opposite, the non-dominant hand is a metaphor for everyone around you, anyone who could help you grow. So let's say with me, you and I, our situation, we are a mentor-mentee relationship, right?
Yes.
If you went out and said, I'm going to do this coaching thing and I've got this, I don't need to learn from anyone else, I can do this because I am an empowered woman, I know.
Uh-huh.
How far would you have gone?
You don't go too far when you go alone.
Exactly. And so as an empowered woman, we need to realize when there is people, or when there are other people around us who can help us grow to the next level. Because as we grow, we can grow more and pull people with us. And you'll water that entire garden. We don't have to be the lone wolf sitting out there. And that's the other hand, that non-dominant hand. It's people in your life that can help you grow, or you can help them grow, or we can grow together. And that's what we're doing together. And it's that other hand. You know, I got so used to being the lone wolf because as a coach, I didn't know a lot of other people. I had me and maybe 2 other coaches here in Colorado that I knew of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, well, I've got to do this. I have to invent the wheel. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And it's all these things I thought I had to do. And then I realized, wait a minute. Hey, other John Maxwell coach, what are you doing? Oh, I do this, this, and this. How is that working? Well, da, 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 da. And so we started comparing notes. And it's like, wait a minute. We need to get together and do more together until we can uplift each other to the next level. And so it was really cool to realize I didn't have to be alone. Just like with the whole family life I was telling you. It's so nice now that my husband cooks and does the dishes because they got used to me not doing it for that 2 years. So now it's there, it's what they do. And so it was weird and refreshing at the same time. It was weird to let all that go and realize I'm still the mother, I'm still the wife, but we now know it's not just my job anymore. I've got other things, and so do they. And it's nice. So who's your other hand?
Who's your other hand? You know, sometimes what I've discovered in my journey is that pain would prevent us from opening up and letting the people around us coming?
Perceived pain or actual pain?
Actual pain, actual pain. So pain in relationships, for example, pain in your journey. So in your case, it was your shoulder that was in pain, right? You had pain in your shoulder. That pain could have prevented you from doing so many things. You could have chosen to just lay there instead of empowering the other hand. You could have said, oh, I can't do this training in the month of August because I'm in pain. How do we talk to those voices in our heads and silence the voice that is saying this pain should stop you from empowering your other hand?
Well,
Help me here, Michelle.
I'm the queen of that. I'm the queen of talking through my voices. I mean, I wrote a whole book on, it's not luck, overcoming you, because with my brain injury and my breast cancer, I've gotten very intimate with my inner critics, with my doubts. And I use something called The Work by Byron Katie. And I've shared it with you, but we'll share it again. The Work by Byron Katie, whenever something happens and you start questioning whether or not you are capable. So let's say in this case was, I'm in pain. I just have had surgery 4 days prior to our very first session.
Yes, I remember.
A logical me would say, don't do this. You can't do this. That's not smart. You're going to be in a lot of pain and you're going to be distracted. Myself, who I am, the empowered woman that I am, I said, I'm not the main speaker. I'll be there to support the main speaker. And I will be as, interactive as I can be in the state that I'm in. But what was amazing about that is my inner voice said, don't do it. Don't, because you're on painkillers. You might look stupid, really. Because if I'm on painkillers, I'm not thinking the same. And so I asked the questions from Byron Katie's The Work. I'm going to look stupid. I shouldn't go on. Can I say that statement is true? Yeah, I believe that I would look really stupid if I'm talking and I'm on heavy medication, right? So number 2, can I say that statement's always true? Can I say that I always will look stupid if I'm on medication? No, that's not true, right? That's not true. I can't say that's true. So how do I feel when I think I'm going to look stupid in front of a whole bunch of people like that? I don't like that feeling. I don't want to feel stupid. Then number 4 is, who would you be without that thought that you would look stupid if you got on a call? I would be a happier, more confident person. Well then, I won't think that thought. And I got on. So really, you can convince yourself out of pretty much anything, because once you realize that it's your mind just blowing things out of proportions of what could be, remember, we don't fear the unknown. We fear what we believe we know of the unknown. And so our minds are so creative that once you fear what you believe to know of the unknown, your brain starts creating this gigantic monster of a frightening thing. Well, pull that back, pull back that imagination, say, listen, you overflowing river, here are the banks, everything's fine. No one on this call will ever think that you're stupid because you're in a sling and just had surgery, So get out of your own way. Because if I had skipped those calls because I had surgery and I wasn't my 100% me, I would have missed out on so much learning. And, we had amazing coaches on there and we all got to participate. After each of the main speakers, we all got to, share a little bit of our knowledge. So I would have missed out on all of that. I have grown as a human by being there, even when I felt like I was only at 60%. So I encourage you, when you're out there and those voices tell you don't do it because, rationalize with it. Do the work by Byron Katie. At least those 4 questions. That's the minimum. There's a lot more to those questions, but at least those 4, and it'll get you through your fear or what your trepidation is of what you anticipate. Because it's better to be there and be present than completely miss out and wonder.
I agree, Michelle, because those sessions were really, really impactful. They were empowering and we all left empowered. But you said something just now, get out of your own way. And if there's anyone out there who's questioning themselves and saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. Yes, you can. All you need to do is to empower your other arm. Now, your other arm could be anything. Could be a friend, could be your spouse, could be your children, could even be your other hand, like in your
Literally.
other hand. Yes, yes. Because there are times when we're down and we're out. What do we do at such times? You were down, but not out, really. You still kept going. You kept coming to those sessions every Saturday. I remember the first session you had to, turn off your camera because you were in pain, but you were still there. And I remember one of the sessions, I think it was Ola Diamonds, he said, just show up.
Just show
And
up.
that's all we need to do, just show up.
Well,
I don't
that's
know
part of
what,
winning. Most people don't show up at all. Just be.
because we can't get out of our own way. We always have an excuse not to do something, but empowered women don't give excuses. Empowered women arise, they rise up because they know that their empowerment is not of themselves. Their empowerment is coming from above, it's coming from God, the grand overall designer. Their empowerment is coming from the Spirit of God on the inside of them. And so when you look inward, it's easy to arise and empower your other arm. So for me, my other hand is let me use my team as an example, my team at work. I have two people that stand with me on my team. They support me. I need something, I reach out to them. And what I have done as an empowered woman myself is not to take everything on. I empower them by giving them things to do. God puts people in our lives, Michelle, to help us. And if we don't empower them, guess what? We're going to be taking on more than we can chew. And eventually what's going to happen is that we're going to burn out.
Yes.
What happens when you're burnt out?
Gone.
Nothing. We can't bless anyone. So my encouragement is empower your other hand. Tell me more, Michelle.
Well, as a good example for me is I'm a very busy woman. Okay. I am an international speaker, and with the COVID thing, my international speaking got bigger. Okay. So I got a bigger clientele, and I'm more out there than I was before, all with surgery. Okay. Now, so think about this. My typing speed is very fast with two hands. Typing with one hand slows me down a bit. And what I realized is I have a VA, I have a virtual assistant. And I always just say, oh, can you just do this one little thing? Oh, can you just do this one little thing? And she always says, oh, Michelle, I would really love to help you more. Give me more. And I do, oh, no, I've got this. The stubborn version of me is, I've been doing this by myself. I've got
empowered woman.
Yeah. I'm a little too empowered at this point. One day I get on the call with her and I said, you know what? I had a realization, and it was right after you did a video with me for my testimonial pages. I called her and I said, I just listened to a lot of people who said I helped them through coaching and mentoring and just being a presence in their life. And I realized that you came to me. And she said, yes, I've been following you for years. And I said, you know every video I've ever done, haven't you? She says, I've watched them all many times. I've studied you. And I went, I've realized that I've been doing such a big disservice to you.
Mm-hmm.
You are brilliant. You are capable. You are an empowered woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm holding you back by what I believe you are capable of doing. I said, so here's the thing. Have at it. Whatever you want to do in my business as me, whatever you want to create, do it. See where you want to go. I know when she reached out to me, she had something in her mind. And so I said that, and her whole face lit up. And she says, I know exactly what I want to do. I've been wanting to do it for, and I'm thinking, I had been holding her back by my limiting beliefs. I'm so used to running fast that I didn't realize here I had this beautiful, amazing, brilliant other hand waiting to help me grow and reach more people. And that's what she said when she first met me. People need to meet you. The world needs to know you. You can lift so many up. Your light is bright. That's what she said. And I never really took her on. And now, my other hand, I've empowered and let her be unapologetically herself.
Unapologetically herself. I like it.
And she is just taking off. And it's amazing because she's enhancing me as she's enhancing herself so that we can both amplify into the world and help more people grow. And so by taking that reign off of her, of my fear, my limiting beliefs, and that's pretty hard for me because I don't have a lot of limiting beliefs, okay? But my belief was, I've got this. I can do this. This is Michelle Mras, Mras Inc. It's me. So how can anyone else do it?
Mm-hmm.
She is.
I feel you.
Yeah, so whoever is in your world that is sitting there on the sides doing, let me help you. Let them help you. And don't say, you can help me, but do this, do this, do this. And that's what I was doing to her. Say, you can help me. How do you want to do it?
Limiting her and limiting you indirectly without even realizing it.
As soon
So
as
that injury has done so much more than help you empower your non-dominant hand. It's also helped you to empower the other hand that God had brought into your life to enlarge your coast.
Yes.
How many of us empowered women have become too empowered that we're not able to let go?
Exactly.
Let go.
I fell into that trap. My business is my name. Who else can do it? Really? This is not about, I said that on that last teaching course. Remember, it was,
yes.
Those are great leaders or listeners. Who are you listening to? And when I was in that mindset of, it's my company, only I can do it. Oh, wait a minute. It's not my company. This is not about me. This is about everyone else that I'm supposed to be serving. This is
God's changing.
Yes, this is God's company. This is not me. I'm supposed to be out here for him. So get off your ego horse and stop thinking that this is my company. No, this is my service that I'm providing that someone else is doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, I apologize. I stepped into my ego. And so I had to step out of it. This injury has helped me evolve again. So if you're out there, empowered women, remember, just because you're empowered doesn't mean you're not flexible, okay? You need to give in a little bit every once in a while and let other people grow around you, because God put Anjali in my life and I ignored her. But now, oh my goodness, she's doing things I would have never imagined to do.
Even our children sometimes need to be empowered by us. We can't do everything for them. The other day I was going on a walk and thinking about, some of these things we're talking about. And the Holy Spirit dropped the name of somebody in my heart to empower as my other hand. And I did not think of it as empowering my other hand until you started to talk. I'm like, oh, okay, that's who she is. She's my other hand. And I need to empower her in ways that God is showing me. And I'm going to do it. But what I'm trying to say in essence is there's so many of us empowered women who are not empowering the people that God has placed in our lives. And the essence of being an empowered woman is that God has put something on the inside of you to bless the world with. And I share it this way. You come into the world with a clenched fist. When the time comes to open it and release what's in it to the world, you have to. And part of that is empowering your other hand, whoever that is, whatever.
They could be multiple.
Yes, they could be multiple. You're right. They could be multiple. So my encouragement, my challenge to my fellow empowered women is empower your other hand. It could be anything. And I don't know what place you're at. I don't know what situation you're in. Michelle was in a place where she couldn't use her dominant hand and she had to empower her left hand. And then God opened her eyes to the fact that she needed to empower Anjali so that Anjali could really be the other hand that she was called to be. Whoever you are out there, please let go, let God empower your other hand and let somebody be blessed. Amen.
Yes.
I want to say thank you, Michelle. You're always amazing. I love to talk to you. I love to chat with you. What is one thing you want to say to that woman that is listening to us today?
Start with your family.
Start with your family. Wow.
The empowered hand, the other hand you need to empower is in your family. In my 52 years on this planet, I realized that earlier in my motherhood, I was so controlling that I didn't want anyone to do anything. And my children, I watched everything they did, controlled everything they did, marked everything they did. I mean, I was really on top of it because I was a good mother.
Yeah.
And what I realized as I got older was if I gave them more to do, if I allowed them to explore what they were capable of doing, they would be stronger. And so when I look at them now, they're in their 20s, because I had my car accident, when I had my car accident, it empowered them to realize that, yes, we can cook. Yes, we can clean. Yes, we've got this. Yes, we can plan. So if I was still the old me, would they be prepared to go off on their own? So my backing off and allowing them to grow as adults, be there as a guide, but allow them to grow, empower them to be the humans they are. They grew stronger. Yeah. Start at home.
Start at home. I'm taking that cue too. Sometimes as empowered women, we tend to be mother hens.
Yeah.
But it comes a time when really and truly we have to empower that other hand.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Michelle.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you, listeners. I pray that this will transform you and help you to empower your other hand. Join us on the podcast. And if you do have any messages, remember to like, subscribe to this channel. But if you have any messages, you can send them to me at dlthinkingoutloud.com. Thank you. You have a wonderful day, and God bless you.